Now then, welcome back to another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. And look where I built my lounge. Look, check it out. The deco blocks. I needed a place to put this corner sofa bit. It looks awesome, doesn't it? It looks awesome. And we got a little a little TV screen over here and a little controller as well. So while I'm chilling out in my rear view cabin, I get to watch the telly and keep an eye on all the scanners and stuff that's going on around the place as well. Not that they actually work, it's all deco, but still, I thought the place needed a little window view out the back here. Yes, we are in space, in case you hadn't noticed. It seems to be a lot easier to build the capital ship in space than on the ground. So let's have a look around at what I've done so far. Still need to do a bit of decorating. Mostly it's bare blocks still. Just be sure you know that I'm not finished yet. But we've got a few bits. This medical bay that we did last episode, we've got that sorted out. We've got the purple hangar and we've got the blue hangar. The blue hangar is currently empty. As you can see, I'm in orbit. You can see such an awesome view from down here. From up here, should I say. It's such an awesome view from up here. Yeah, the setup here is still the same. I just haven't coloured any of the walls yet. I haven't decided what colours to do things. We've got gravity, and we've got some more RCSs just to allow me a bit more turning circle. And you can see here that I've got the backs of thrusters sticking out. I've got 2 thrusters on each back side at the minute, and this one thruster in the middle there. But that thruster wasn't enough to do everything I wanted the ship to do. It was just too heavy. So I had to mess around with that a little bit. I installed the kitchen, which is just a few fridges really, and a few deco blocks and a food processor. And a cargo box for the stuff that doesn't need to go in fridges. Just, I saw this deco stuff and I thought, well, why not? Opposite to the medic bay, have the food bay, have all the food stuff going on. Pretty cool. And potted plants for deco as well. Oh yeah, I've been splashing out on the deco. Also made myself a little indoor greenhouse. Just the basics of tomatoes, potatoes and pumpkins, because they make the basic canned food that I chomp down on most of the time. I'm mostly chomping down on the basic ingredients like that. And also I added a shower cubicle. It's pretty cool. And a toilet cubicle. So I've added some decorational stuff to the place and tried to blend it in and colour it in and give it the best look about the place. I've been trying my best to make this look pretty cool inside. And then I started working on the outside. The outside is looking okay as well. We've got a warp drive in here, and we've also got a warp drive tank. Currently nothing in the warp drive tank, but I do have the blue crystals processed. So I should be able to warp. I don't know if I want to right now, but I should be able to. I don't have the stuff in there. Maybe I do have it in the fuel section. I've got lots of Promethean. I did a big mining trip to get a load of that, so I'd have tons of fuel. And yeah, we've got some of this pentexed stuff, which I am going to go and put into the warp drive live with you now, because I haven't touched it yet, and I'm daunted by doing warp travel. I'm fairly daunted by doing warp travel. Oh look, it lights up purple. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so the warp drive should now technically be active, so I can warp around if I want to. I don't want to yet because I haven't got my other ship. That's down on the surface. I kind of had a situation where I had the capital ship floating in midair and I fell out the hole and then couldn't get back up, so I started using the small vessel to get me up and about and around. Let's check out the front from the front view. This is all blackened now. I've blackened it up with colour. And I think we added all of these extra large generators the other day, so that's no surprise to you. Everything's looking good here. Let's just check the fuel levels. Only 4 down. That's using up a lot of fuel just sitting here in space at the minute. And I have not yet done the cockpit. Haven't yet done the cockpit, but it's all it's all kind of getting ready to. Now we press J, we jump into jetpack mode, and we can have a proper look around. And this is how I've been building, because it's pretty awesome to build like this. It allows us to get to all the different angles instead of jumping and stacking. But this is as far as I've got so far. I've put the guns back on the sides, but I've done a slightly different design to the hull to kind of give them a bit of surround. They still have a fair amount of rotation, and they can go into all different kinds of places, but that's cool. And on the back, we've boxed in the two engine bays, as it were. And I've started working out a little bit. Let me float around a little bit. And down a little bit and turn it. There we go. So you can kind of see how the back end is looking. I think I like it. I think I want more thrusters. I want the full back end of thrusters on both sides. I've kind of made it nice and symmetrical at the back. And we've got the living quarters at the back there as well, the little observatory. Now, that'll probably get blown up the first encounter we get, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It's all protective. There's lots and lots of extra layers. There's like, everything's 2 layers thick. Now, I believe there's an experimental version of Empyrion out and about at the minute, but I haven't installed it or gone to it because I didn't want to change from what is like basic. I didn't want to go into the experimental stuff just yet. It all feels like it should be experimental as it is. But I have seen that there are some like hull blocks, some extra armoured hull blocks and all that kind of stuff that might look good. So what I want to do today is try and finish the shape of it. Now, I've already started bringing the whole level down a little bit, as you can see here. So these platforms, these landing pads are not going to be there. They're surplus to requirements. And I also need to add the cockpit. But I haven't got a clear idea of the cockpit yet. I also want to finish off doing the sides and get that smoothness sorted out. Because at the minute, that stuff over there, that big block, is just not doing it for me. I'm sure you will agree it's not doing very well at all. And when we come back in, we just press J again, and we get the gravity kick back in, and away we go. So it's pretty awesome. I like it. I like what I've done so far. I've still got work to do, though. And I still want to make it very, very secure, because if I lose this, I'm going to be very upset, aren't I? Because I've spent so much time on it. Let's get the hardened blocks. I've taken to using the large constructor and just having a bulk load of iron in there, and then just selecting the hardened steel blocks and just having a big batch made, one big batch at a time, because I did get quite a bit of iron, so I can make these batches whenever I feel like it. It's pretty good. Also, I've been setting everything up into controllable units, categories and stuff. So flight control is currently active, but or inactive, but that's just to float me around a little bit. I've got all sorts in there that are flight control. Activate them all, and all of the thrusters and everything should come into activation, which is good. And just turn it off. But up here, I don't move anywhere. I don't change. I don't move around a lot in space. And these lights at the back here are also connected into the flight controls. I figured that I wouldn't need the flight controls on all the time, and I wouldn't need those lit when I was flying as such. So to save a little bit of energy, I turn all the thrusters off and everything. But there's all sorts of new things that I've got that I can try and add in now. So let's have a quick look in my inventory at the tech trees. There's some new stuff on the capital vessel here. It goes up to level 20, and we are now level 20, and I think that's the highest level at the minute. But we've got things like a pulse laser, artillery turrets, and we've had all of these different thrusters. Like there's the standard thruster that we use, the normal thruster, gives us a force of 20. The directional thruster gives us a force of 8. The slanted thruster gives us a force of 18, but it's got that little bit of a look about it, which makes it look cool. And then the armoured thruster, which I believe I've been using here, is only a force of 15. No, I've been using the normal thrusters all round, haven't I? The armoured thruster may be the only armoured thruster is this one down here. Yeah, the armoured thruster's that one there. So that's the only armoured thruster I've got at the moment in there. But I was looking at what else we can add in, because I've now added all of these bits and pieces, all these little stuff. I don't need offline protection because I'm not on a PvP server or anything. I've been playing around with the round lights. We've got turrets already. We've got minigun turrets and we've got rocket turrets around. But I kind of wanted to think about plasma turrets and pulse lasers coming from the front. So when I'm doing the front section, I'll probably do a few pulse lasers. But the point I was trying to get to with the thrusters is the difference in the force that they exert. So a normal thruster is force 20. Thruster large is force 200. So 10 times. And then the extra large is force 800. Wow. Just like, wow. So I should be able to have some serious forward thrust if I can build them. So let's have a little looky and see what we've got in here for the capital vessel. So I unlocked them. Where are they now? I've only got thruster normal and thruster directional for the capital ship according to this. But it did say in there that that was the tech tree for the capital vessel. Capital vessel, tech tree. And it's there, but why can't I make it? Maybe I've got to make it in the advanced only. It doesn't say that in the instructions as such, does it? It doesn't say that in the side, but maybe I need to make one of those advanced constructors in order to make that work. And I don't believe any of these are advanced constructors right now. No, so I'm going to have to make an advanced constructor just for this purpose and this purpose alone. So let's make an advanced constructor. It'll make all the parts for me still in the large constructor, but there's definitely no extra thrusters in here that I can make, so it must be that I need to make the advanced constructor first. I also need to get some oxygen very fast, don't I? Otherwise I will die. So let's fill up my O2 before I start suffocating. Take 2 bursts on the O2. That'll fill me up nicely. There we go. Alright. And where am I going to put this new controller? I don't really want to move it too far. Maybe it needs to be in like the cockpit position. Maybe I need to have it in like an area out here where I'm generally going to be working from, and then all this in the back here can have its own purposes. Like at the minute I'm using this, and this is supposed to be the constructor that does all of the ammo and stuff, and that's why I've got all the magnesium ore stored here, so I can make all the ammo here and fill up the ammo crates. And then from this side I'm supposed to be able to get the ammo from the ammo crates to fill up the small vessel and the hover vessel. And on this side we're going to have fuel, so I can fill up the fuel and stuff. So fuel and oxygen and stuff I'm going to save in here. So that was the idea originally, which means that I haven't actually got a place to put the special constructor at the moment. So I'm going to take away this dude. I know it's a kind of a waste, but I'm going to need to put it on the outside anyway. I'll leave that one there for now, and I'll take this one away as well. And then we'll take this new advanced constructor, and I'll start moving everything over from this constructor over to the advanced constructor at the front here. And where do I want to put it? Right next to it. Let's jetpack on. Let's have a look about. Right, so if I put it here and turn it round a couple of times, that meh, doesn't really look good whichever way around. That way. I suppose there will be okay, because it's in the corridor going through to the other section, so I will use it there. Yes, I will. That's the way it's going to be. So, advanced constructor, good. Get the gravity back. Okay, so now, yes, all these extra thrusters and stuff are available in here, including the RCS Tier 2. The RCS Tier 1 for Capital Vessel, I don't know if you can see this very well, but the RCS Tier 1 has a torque of 20, which means I can turn slowly. This one has a torque of 500, which is absolutely uber. So I need to transfer all that stuff over and start crafting a few bits and pieces up, and then we'll get to building. Alrighty, well, these look pretty big. Let's just say they're pretty big. Look at that. They're 2x2x4. 2x2x4. I didn't really consider that when I was setting up all this, but well, we're going to do it anyway. I can always build around it, can't I? I'm going to take these sections out, including the lights, because I only put the lights there just to give me a little bit of a view. But we're going to have these in the center. Reload my thing. Thank you. Let's turn around while we're at it. Okay, so I'm going to have these massive thrusters on the back. It's going to be expensive, but I've got the resources, because we did a little bit of mining on the moon. We've got all the resources we really need. Let me just... Yeah, I didn't shoot it. It's okay. Ping, 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 ping. Now, with the warp drive being there, I can't get any closer than that. So this is going to have to fit in there. And to do that, I guess I'm going to have to turn it around this way. Yes, that'll be a good plan. But I think that's as far in as it's going to go. Yeah, it goes in one block in. But that is going to be epic. Look at the state of that, man. Look at the state of that. Puts them little tiny thrusters to shame, doesn't it? Wow. That is epic. Alright, and then the other one, we shall put that one in here as well. Can I get it on the thing for me, please? Just like right on there. There we go. The one in. Yes. Oh yeah. Look at that. That I like that a lot. But I do need to change these blocks around a little bit around here. So at the minute I've got this kind of a zigzaggy pattern, but I need it to be a little bit rounder, I think. I feel like it needs to be a little bit rounder. Maybe a little smoother, like that, just to give it a little bit more something there. And one on this corner as well. I've got that. Get that light off. I put loads of lights on because I wanted this to be visible while I was doing it. And yeah, now it isn't. Now it's dark again. But you can kind of get the idea. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's got a kind of a good shape to it. I like. That's okay. Yeah. So we do the same on the other side. And I also want to add another layer on the bottom. And maybe even add in something else cool on the underside. Because of, well, things attacking me from the ground. I want to have turrets on the underside. So we can defend from all angles. So, yeah, I need some more turret spaces. So, I think the back end's about right now. I think the back end's about right. It may look a bit odd, but it's the best I've got. It's the best I can come up with, so that'll do. And then down the sides here, I kind of wanted it to bulk out a little bit more. So, let's have an extra one of those and then bring it in slightly. So we'll turn it around and we'll flip it that way as well, like that, and then we'll have the smaller one on the end there. Okay, yeah, that looks about good. Maybe I need that one as slope as well. Slope it right down into the side there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this one off because all these are just extras. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with them exactly yet, but this is a good start. Get the shape right. And fortunately for me, nothing's been attacking me while I've been doing all this, so we're good to go. Okay, so that one goes there, and that one goes there, and then we change to that one, and we go there and there. So it gives it a nice wedge shape. Yep. But how am I going to transition that wedge into that block and keep it nice and curved? I haven't come up with a plan yet. I was kind of feeling like it should just be almost wings. Just wing-like. Just slightly winged. That was the idea at the minute. But that might not work out. This one needs to go. I need to get rid of these as well, don't I? That one. That one. And these two. Take them both out at once. Go on, do it. There we go. Right, so here we go. And spin this around. Why is it the wrong way round again now? It should be that way. There we go. Just there and just there. And then switch to that one, there and there. That doesn't look anywhere near as much, does it? Maybe because I missed this one off here. Yeah, I did, didn't I? So that one there, and that one there, and then a full block at the end there. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be the same as the other side now. That's good. Okay, so to seal it all in, how am I going to seal it all in? The transition between this sloped edge and that needs to have a little something going on, doesn't it? So we'll flip this around and then turn it around. And then what? Because it's going to look a bit odd like that, isn't it? Is there one that's a bit smaller like this? And turn that around, have that on the edge, or is that going to overlap a little bit too much? Feels like that's overlapping a little bit too much, but a few edges like that every now and again won't be too bad. Maybe I could put guns down the side here. There's some plasma guns. Ooh, yeah, that's an idea. Let's go and check that out. Let's go and check the plasma guns out and see what we can get made. Because we got the new stuff to play with. Let's do playing with it. Okay, so is it going to be under tools? Yes, it is. Pulse lasers, rocket launchers for capital vessels. Rocket launcher for capital vessel. Pulse laser for capital vessel. Rocket turret, minigun turret, plasma turret. Plasma turrets, they're the next things, aren't they? So we've got plenty of resources. So let's get a pulse laser. Well, let's get 2 pulse lasers so we can see about putting them on each side, and leave that to craft for now. And then think about some more shaping. I want to also think about shaping on the underside as well, but the top part of it is possibly the most important, isn't it? Because that's the bit that shows off, and that's got a slight curve just there without having the point on it. I took the point off. Do I want to keep the point off? Yes, I think I do. I might just make this a flat edge. So all this is just extra armor, really. That'll look good. And we'll have it go to here. And then take this in there again, like that. Maybe take this just one different, just to make it a little bit different there. Let's see, how does that look? Just add a little bit of detail to the side. Will look okay. Once it's coloured as well, it'll look okay. And I've got to put the bottom section on as well. I could put a stripe going down the side of it, but I could also just turn this around and have full-on slopes over here. So let's change it around that way, like so. And maybe if I alternate these a little bit, so one there to cover that one up, one there, one there. Oh, one there. Doesn't quite work out the way I was expecting it to, but still, that's not too bad. I could have 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. I could have it in 2s instead. Let's have it in 2s instead. Let's put 2 there, 2 there, and then get rid of this one. Just like that. There we go. I could put some other bits and pieces in there. That might look okay. That's kind of blending it in slightly better now. And I'll do the other side again in a bit. We're just giving it some extra shapes, some extra feels, but it's all really just armor that I'm adding. And there's one of the laser turrets. Why did the second one not play? Why is the second one not going? Power coils can't be made. Why can't I make the power coils? Okay. Materials, all. Power coil is... Ah, it requires this stuff. Okay, so I'm only going to make one of these right now until I've raided a base or something. But at least we'll get to see what it looks like. At least we get to see if it looks right over here. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at that for a gun. 1 out, 2 out. There. Let's put it right back. Oh, yeah. I think that looks pretty dang awesome. Look at that. Oh, yeah. And then we can just put some little covers on the top of it. Do we put the whole shape up, or do we just put a little wrap over? The little wrap over doesn't look right against that. But if I do this one, there and there, and then do this one there and there, it ties in with that section, but it doesn't really go on there. But unless I put these little bits on the top of these as well, but then that won't fit into that one. Now it's kind of finishing touches now, just to round it off. But I don't really know what I want to do with it. Maybe make it nice and simple. Keep it simplified by just adding some stuff in like this. One up there and a diagonal one like that, and like that, like that, and like that, just to give that some shape like that, and then put a corner piece on there and turn that round like that. How does that look? Oh, it's out, isn't it? Yeah, I got it the wrong way around. Again, I always do that. I keep taking it off rather than bringing my rotation tool as well, but still. Let's go that way. There we go. That's in the right place now. Okay. Alright, so how does that look overall? It looks kind of crazy, doesn't it? It looks kind of okay, kind of crazy. It's got detail, but not too much detail. It's just detailed in armor form. And this could also be the space for another gun. Another one of these lasers, if I ever get around to making another one. But I guess we'll just do some raiding and stuff to get those. Also, I have a space on the top here, a decent 3x3 area for another turret on the back, which can defend the back side. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, let me get the other side matched up. Well, I'm getting a little bit carried away, I think. I'm getting a bit carried away, having fun, building and painting and making my ship look as cool as I think I can. As cool as I know I can. Well, I'll probably change it all completely again soon enough, but this is how it's looking right now. It's getting there. Still got to do something cool for the cockpit area. Possibly lots of forward-facing guns would be nice. I'm really interested to see what this plasma gun type thing does. This is going to be epic. Look at the size of it. I'm going to love playing around with that, taking out some enemy bases. But that is all we got time for this episode, I'm afraid. I've just realised that I've already busied myself for so long that we're out of time. So thank you all very, very much for watching another episode of the Empyrion Galactic Survival. I will have this capital ship finished by next episode. I shall have it all finished by next episode. And then we will fly around the galaxy a little bit, hopefully. Hopefully fly around the galaxy a bit. So until then, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll leave you with the almost solar eclipse. Look at that. Wow. I think it's moving closer, slowly but surely. I think the moon is moving closer to make that a solar eclipse. Hopefully I'll catch that at the start of next episode for you. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I'll see you next time.